Hey everyone, and welcome. So many of you ask me about the real link between meditation and manifestation. Well, today we are going to break it all down. We're going to look at how this ancient practice can seriously become your most powerful tool for creating the life you actually want.
But first, let's be honest for a second. Have you ever tried to meditate, hoping for that blissed out, peaceful feeling, only to feel like you are just completely and totally failing at it?
Yeah, you sit down, you close your eyes, and bam, your brain is suddenly louder than a sold-out stadium. You're thinking about your grocery list, replaying that awkward thing you said yesterday, and suddenly every worry you've ever had is front and center. If this sounds familiar, I need you to hear this. You're not failing. You're actually doing it right.
See, that entire experience points to the single biggest misunderstanding about meditation. So our very first step here is to completely bust the myth of the quiet mind, because it's absolutely not what you think it is.
Here it is. The biggest myth is that the goal is to have a totally empty, silent mind, to just stop thinking. But the real goal, it's just to become the observer of your mind. Think about it like this. It's about shifting from being in the middle of a thought storm to watching that storm from a safe, cozy room. I love how the incredible Zen master Thích Nhất Hạnh put it. He said, "Feelings come and go like clouds in a windy sky. Conscious breathing is my anchor." Your thoughts, they're just clouds. Your job isn't to stop the wind, it's to anchor yourself to your breath and just watch them float on by. So, okay, watching clouds, what does that have to do with manifestation? Well, it has everything to do with it. It's all about clearing the static so the universe can actually hear what you're asking for.
You see, manifestation is all about energetic alignment, but most of us are running on these old, dusty autopilot thoughts of doubt, fear, and limitation. These unconscious beliefs are like weeds in a garden. They just create resistance and choke out the beautiful things you're trying to grow.
From a spiritual perspective, teachers like Abraham Hicks have said that meditation is the fastest way to quiet that resistant thought. The whole idea is that when that mental static finally fades, your natural high vibration can rise to the surface, and that's what brings you into perfect alignment with your desires.
So the process really breaks down into 3 simple steps. First, you just learn to observe your thoughts without getting all wrapped up in them. When you do that, the resistance naturally gets quieter. And then from that beautiful, quiet space, your vibration can't help but align with what you want to create. Now, I know this might sound a little bit out there for some of you, but there is some absolutely incredible science that backs all of this up. So let's take a look at what's really happening inside your brain when you meditate. This is not just some hopeful spiritual idea anymore. I mean, we have decades of research proving that meditation physically rewires the structure of your brain. It makes you better at focusing, more peaceful, and more in control of your emotions. It is literally a workout for your mind.
Get this, studies from top-tier institutions like Harvard show that a consistent meditation practice strengthens your prefrontal cortex, which is your brain's CEO of focus and decision-making. It actually shrinks the amygdala, the brain's little fear and stress center. This means you biologically become less reactive. And it quiets down something called the default mode network, which is where all that ego chatter and self-worry comes from. So, to put it really simply, meditation transforms your mind from being your own worst saboteur into your greatest ally in creating the life you truly desire. Okay, so we've covered the why, which is huge. Now let's get into the how. How can you actually start doing this in a way that feels easy, maybe even fun? All right, let's bust another myth right now. You do not need to sit in perfect silence for 20 or 30 minutes for meditation to count. The reality, just two intentional, conscious breaths can be enough to completely reset your nervous system and shift your entire state. So here are a few super simple ways to begin. You can try micro-meditations, just pause and take 3 slow breaths before you check your email. You could practice body awareness by simply noticing if your jaw's clenched and just softening it. Or repeat a simple mantra like, "I am calm." You can even try a moving meditation by just paying full attention to the water and the soap while you're washing the dishes. And hey, who said meditation has to be so serious? Let's make it playful. Try this one, the elevator breath. As you inhale, just imagine your breath is an elevator rising all the way from your toes to the top of your head. And as you exhale, imagine it slowly, smoothly descending all the way back down. Or how about this? Bubblewrap awareness.
Just picture any tense spots in your body as bubble wrap. With each exhale, imagine you're gently popping one of those bubbles of tension in your shoulders or your back. See? It's about making this whole presence thing fun.
All right, so let's bring this all together. I want to leave you with a really simple, no-pressure invitation to just experiment with this for yourself. So let's just recap the most important things to remember. First, the goal is awareness, not forcing silence. Second, this practice clears out that resistance that's holding you back. Third, science shows us it literally rewires your brain for success. And maybe most importantly, consistency totally beats duration. A few minutes a day is way more powerful than one long session every now and then.
So here is your experiment for this week. It's so simple, and I promise there is no way to fail at it. Sometime today or this week, I just want you to pause. Wherever you are, whatever you're doing, take 3 slow, deep breaths, in and out. And then just notice. That's it. Just notice the tiny little shift in how you feel. That's the entire practice. And that leads us to the final, most important question. When you create these little moments of awareness, these little pockets of peace, what seeds of intention, of belief, of gratitude will you choose to plant in that clear, fertile ground?
And if you'd like a little help putting this into practice, we have a whole playlist of guided meditations on our YouTube channel to get you started. And for a much deeper dive, find our full podcast episode, Simple Meditation Tricks for Manifesting Fast. Thank you so much for being here, and happy manifesting.